Good morning. Welcome to my thought for the day. I'm looking at the verses in Proverbs 3. We need these verses every day when the unexpected comes across our path and our flesh and our heart be a bit quaky because we don't know what's going on and we don't know what the outcome is going to be. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own insight. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your paths." You know, we don't really ever know how much we trust the Lord until we have to trust him for something unexpected. When something comes across your path and you didn't think it would happen, and suddenly you're confronted with a series of events and you don't know what to do, and fear grips your heart. It's inevitable when your uncertainty comes and sudden changes in health or circumstances come. Perhaps you run your car over a large stone like we did a week or so ago, and it damages the underside of your car and it needs repair, and you haven't planned for that and set aside money for it. Something in you says, why did that God let that happen? And that's a temptation not to trust. But this verse says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not rely on your own insight. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your paths. You can trust him, even in those unexpected moments. We don't know how much faith we have until our faith is tested. When things are easy, when everything's going right, we don't need to trust because it's the normal everyday routine going on. But when the unexpected comes, when the sudden change comes, we have to choose to trust. Choose to trust and not be afraid. Choose to rely on the Lord. Choose to let the peace of God rule in our hearts. Not go along the anxiety route and the fear route and the worry route, but trust in the Lord. It's not easy. There's nothing in the scriptures that says that the life of faith is easy. It's a choice. It's a choice we make every day that we're going to stand on his word. We're going to trust him, that he knows what he's doing. He hasn't lost control suddenly. He hasn't taken his finger off the button. He hasn't suddenly gone on holiday or got distracted by some more important event. You are very important to him. And it is the enemy who wants us to believe that we can't trust God. It's the enemy that wants us to believe that God has left us, or that God has forgotten us, or that God is not there. It is the enemy who wants to disturb our peace. But thinking about those two men that built houses, one on the rock and one on the sand. The house on the rock was buffeted. It did get wet. It was blown at. It was disturbed. But it stood. It stood. Those who trust in the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. The promises of God are there for us to grasp when times are difficult, to rejoice in when times are easy, but to use as a lifeline when things are difficult. That's my thought for the day. It's brief today. I'm away from home in someone else's house. So I wish you God's blessing for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.